Please work. Is this working? I don't know. Let me know if you're here. Are you here? I can't see anything. Ah! Is anyone here? Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. I'm so sorry I had so many issues getting this to start. I can't see any comments, so I don't know if we're on. Let's see. How do I see the comments? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, we're here. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I couldn't get on, so I'm sorry I'm late. I was all ready to go, and I don't want to waste any time because we have so much to do. Yay! I'm so glad you're here. Okay, I'm very excited to see you. If while we're waiting for everyone to get on, tell me where you are in the world. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here. So I'll introduce myself. My name is Katie Mullins. I teach in Cleveland, Ohio. I teach 3rd grade. I'm at Teaching on Tables on Instagram, and I'm really excited to be a guest reader today. Okay, yay! I'm so glad everyone's here and you can hear me. Thank you so much for your patience. Okay, well, I think we should get started because I don't want to lose any time. So we're going to get started, so I am going to need all eyes on me. All eyes on me, okay? All eyes, ooh, all eyes on me. All right? All eyes on me this way so we can get started. Oh, wait, is that not what that means? All eyes on me? Oh, well, this is what we're talking about today. We're talking about something very fun in my hair called idioms. I love idioms. They're bizarre, they're weird, and what an idiom is a word or phrase that does not mean what it literally says. And it's a form of figurative language. So when I say all eyes on me, I do not want all your eyeballs. Do not want all your eyeballs on me. No way. I just want you all looking this way. So we're going to talk about, I can't find it in the mirror. We're going to talk about idioms. And why do I love idioms? Because I love making my writing colorful and exciting. And anytime we incorporate figurative language, it adds some color to our writing, a little bit of zest. And so I like cracking idioms, and I think you're really going to enjoy the book we're reading today, which is called More Parts by Ted Arnold. Now, there's actually a first book called Parts, and there's another book called Even More Parts. So if you like this one, you should get the other two and read them. They're really fun. I think you're going to enjoy it today. So our main character here, our friend, he has a little bit of a problem. See, when he hears an idiom, he thinks it means literally what it says. And as you can imagine, this causes a little bit of distress, a little bit of fear, anxiety, concern. And so we're going to go through this journey with our friend. And anytime we hear an idiom, meaning anytime we hear a phrase that doesn't literally mean what it says, we're going to put our eyes up for idiom, and we're going to jot down the idiom and think about what our friend is going to picture it to mean literally, but then discuss what it means figuratively. So there should be a link in the I don't know, somewhere in the description to the materials for this. And there's a graphic organizer. So in the graphic organizer, you're going to jot down the idiom when we find it, what it literally means. You can just draw a little sketch, maybe inspired by what you see from our friend or something different, and then what it figuratively means. So the thing about idioms is that sometimes we can find clues in the text if we don't know what it means. Sometimes there's clues that can help us figure it out. And sometimes it's just about learning them and building your vocabulary of idioms so that whenever you see them, you know what they mean. Okay, so here we go. More Parts by Ted Arnold. The title page. end every book starts with our dedication to mom and dad. There are still some things I'd like explained. Things are bad and getting worse. Each day it's something new. With all the stuff I hear about, I don't know what to do. One day, I tripped on my red truck and it just fell apart. But when I told my mom, she said, "I'll bet that broke your heart." Did you see the idiom? So we have the phrase break your heart. Let's picture what our friend is gonna imagine. Yep, you guessed it. I guess that's possible. Who knows? I don't think mom would lie. I better play more carefully. This pillow's worth a try. So we have the idiom break your heart, which our friend pictures as literally your heart breaking into pieces. So in your graphic organizer, you could sketch something like this or just a heart with cracks in it. But what does it figuratively mean? We probably know this one. If we didn't, we could go back and see, well, he broke something he loves. He's sad. She said, "I bet that broke your heart." So, we can say that the figurative meaning of break your heart is to cause great sadness. Okay. Keep on keeping on, so we have time. I guess that's possible. Who knows? Oh, we already read that. Moving forward. People say all kinds of things that I don't understand. Like when my dad asked me if I would please give him a hand. Idiom alert, give someone a hand. What do you think he's going to picture that to be? I didn't know my hands come off and I don't want them to, so I'll make sure that they stay on with gloves and lots of glue. So he thinks it means to literally give your hand to someone. But we know his dad is just asking for help. To give someone a hand is to provide help or assistance. So we're going to jot that in our graphic organizer. I love these illustrations. Our next door neighbor had a joke he wanted us to hear. He said, "It's sure to crack you up." I ran away in fear. And you can clearly see he's imagining himself cracking into a million pieces. Isn't it so weird when you start to hear these phrases? Like, they're just bizarre. Why do we say them? But they have this meaning that we commonly understand. So to crack up, he really thinks you're cracking into pieces. Sorry, someone said I'm breaking up. I hope that you can hear me. Can you hear me? I don't know. I'm going to keep going because we only have a little bit of time. Hopefully my internet is cooperating. Oh, there are all you guys. So great to see you. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. Crack up means to laugh really hard. I say I'm cracking up. Okay, yes, I teach 3rd grade. I think idioms is technically a 4th grade standard, but like for Common Core, but idioms or figurative language is also part of 3rd grade, and I think they're fun for any grade, for anyone at home right now who wants to have a little bit of fun. Who wants to hear a joke like that? Not my idea of fun. I gotta keep my head together. It's my only one. My teacher has me worried too. This happened yesterday. She said to stretch our arms and legs before we go and play. Okay, this is a funny one, and it's not one I thought about right away. Did you put our eyes up for idiom? Stretch your arms and legs. When you literally think about that, imagine a rubber band like, shh. We're not actually changing the length of our arms or legs. What does it mean? It means just to reach out and move your arms and legs. Or maybe if you're at the airport, you've been sitting for a long time, you say, I'm going to stretch my legs. So you get up and walk around. You're not literally like, going to stretch my legs, right? I'm sure she thinks it's good for us, but that's just too bizarre. My arms and legs are long enough. I like the way they are. Poor guy, what a tough way to live. By the way, if you're thinking of other idioms, you can add them to the comments, or anytime you see an idiom in the book, or if you know some fun idioms off your head, feel free to add them. I know I've got a lot to learn. I'm little and I'm young. But what did Grandma really mean when she said, hold your tongue? Now, I would demonstrate this one, but idiom, but we're not spreading germs in this day and age, are we? So he thinks he's literally going to hold his tongue. He thinks he's literally going to hold his tongue. But we know, and imagine your grandma saying it to you, hold your tongue, right? It just means don't speak. Stop speaking. Hold your tongue. Funny when you think about the literal meanings, isn't it? My tongue's a slimy, jiggly, squishy, slippery little squirt. It'd be my luck to squeeze too hard and lose it in the dirt. Oh, don't try that at home, you guys. None of this stuff. So I decided that it's best to stay here in my room, because who knows when some little thing just might lead to my doom. Then Mom and Dad came in and asked me, "Why are you upset?" I told them all the things I've heard that get me in a sweat. Like Coach, who says before each game is ready to begin, he gets so nervous that he nearly jumps out of his skin. Think about what he's picturing in his head to literally happen. So again, in your graphic organizer, we have our idiom to jump out of your skin. What that literally means, kind of wild. Ugh, jumping out of your skin. But what does it figuratively mean? He gets so nervous that he nearly jumps out of his skin before a game. So if we weren't sure, we could look at those text clues to help us figure it out, right? And to jump out of your skin really means to suddenly be surprised or frightened by something, or anxious, or just suddenly like, "Ooh, I don't want to do it." That's what that means, right? Or what a friend said recently. "It gave me such a fright, he claimed his baby sister screams her lungs out every night." Don't anyone scream your lungs out. Scream your lungs out. What does it literally mean? Well, we can see he's picturing the lungs flying out of the mouth. But really, we could relate to maybe some of you who have younger siblings or little kids at home, hearing them scream for a long time. Screaming your lungs out really means to scream loudly or for a long time. Ah! Don't scream right now in your house. That would be scary. Okay, my skin could slip, my head may crack, and I might break my heart. I could lose my lungs, my hands, who knows when it might start? What if quite by accident, my body flies apart? He's so nervous, poor guy. Maria, yes, it's really important for second language learners because idioms are tricky because they make no sense at all. Mom and Dad just smiled and looked relieved that I'm okay, and Mom explained to me about the things that people say. And though Dad laughed, I know he didn't mean to be unkind when he said, "For a minute, son, we thought you'd lost your mind." And we can see what he literally thinks is happening. We have another idiom. So to lose your mind or lost your mind doesn't mean for your mind to fly out of your head. Thank goodness. It means to go, we say that to say that someone's going insane or going crazy. Did you lose your mind? What are you doing going barefoot out in the snow in the freezing cold, right? Okay, so you'll see this is a really fun book and outlines some of these idioms. So now that we've done our graphic organizer, going through the idioms in the book, what they literally mean, what they figuratively mean, we're going to have some fun. And this is what I think would be fun to do at home. So idioms are really fun, as noted in this book, to try to act out their literal meaning, because when you think about it, you're like, what does that mean? It makes no sense. So in your resources, I have portrayed a few idioms, and we're going to guess what they are. So I have a few in your resources. I also have a few live demonstrations, but not all these costumes I could quickly jump into. So let's try some of the live ones first, okay? So I'm going to portray an idiom, and you are going to tell me in the comments what it is, okay? Ugh. Got my wings. So tell me what this idiom is. Share it in the comments. Oh wait, time flies when you're having fun. I don't know if you came up with that with a little bit. Time flies. Yep, time flies is something that we say is an idiom. Doesn't actually mean that time is flying. It means that time is going by quickly. And oftentimes people say time flies when you're having fun. Okay, next up we have, this is a, well, we'll see. Okay, you ready? Okay, who has an idea? Who has an idea? I'll add this to make it clear. This would be blessing in disguise. Another thing that we do not mean literally, but a blessing in disguise meaning that it's something good. It seems like something bad, but it's really something good. Or it seems different, but it actually is a beautiful thing. Okay, next we have, I'm moving fast because I don't want to miss any time. Someone says where to find the resources. I think they should be in the comment, or I'm sorry, in the description, but I don't, because I was having so much trouble getting on. I will add them as a comment as well. And then yeah, there we go. And pin it. Okay, next we have, I wish I could hear you all. It's so funny staring at the screen. This one is, anybody? Feeling a little under the weather. Actually, I hope no one is feeling under the weather. So we're not literally under the weather. Feeling under the weather means you're feeling sad. So we have that. Okay, let's look at some of the pictures. So we have, we're making an idiom album. So we have a picture here. So what you'll do for each of these is look at it, determine what the idiom is, and add that as the caption. Then say what the figurative meaning is, and try using it as an example of when we would say it. Here's another one. And all of these are in the resources. So you're going to think it through, what it means, what it literally means. This one I kind of talked about earlier. And this. So for each of these, what I want you to do is go through, figure out what idiom I'm portraying. What am I literally acting out? What does it figuratively mean? And what's an example? And keep sharing more idioms that you can think of in the comments. Because I love these. They're so fun. Okay, so we have this, which is you guess. And these are things you can do at home. If you need a little fun, you want to do something exciting, now it's your turn to make your own idiom album. So what I've done is I have some blank ones in which I have the idiom written there, and I want you to create an album to sketch it out. So you have an option. You can either sketch an image of what it literally means, or you can do what I did and take a picture, act it out, find things around your house, print it, glue it here to show the idiom, then figure out what it means figuratively. Remember that, as I said, for some of these, especially when we're looking at a book like this, when we come across them in the book, there's lots of clues to help us know what they mean. But when you're making your album, if you're not sure what the idiom is, then you can look it up and learn it. Sometimes it's just about building up your dictionary, your glossary in your head of all these strange sayings that have been passed down over time. So we have time flies, under the weather, as I was demonstrating. We have the elephant in the room. That would have been a fun one to act out. I don't have an elephant costume. We have once in a blue moon, pulling your leg, letting the cat out of the bag. And we have a blank one you can make as many copies of and create a whole album full of all the idioms you can think of so that you have it as a reference, what it literally looks like in your head, and then what it figuratively means, so that you can use them and understand them. That's the whole point, right? If we want to make our our writing colorful. We have to understand these to work them into our writing. And when we understand them, it'll also help us when we read. Okay. Oh my goodness, we only have a little bit of time. If you don't know me, I love music. I love using music in my classroom. And so I did have to, of course, write a little jingle to help us remember about what we've learned about idioms. You have the lyrics in the resources. So I have to be honest. This song I did hear on TikTok. I don't know if any of you are on TikTok. That's how I heard this song. And it's kind of used for sentimental, little cute, emotional videos. And then I looked up what the song was. So the tune that I'm going to play it to is called Coffee. But this song Coffee is sampled inside this song that's really popular right now on TikTok and on Spotify called Deathbed, which is kind of a sad title. So we're going to take away any sadness and instead sing about idioms. So we got to make sure it's in tune so that your ears don't bleed. That is another idiom. So this is a ukulele. Okay, so this is to the tune from that song, Deathbed, and it's a little tune to help us remember what we've learned about idioms. Words don't all mean what they say. Stop and think it through. Are you turning colors when you're feeling blue? Or high up in the sky when you're on cloud 9 too? Phrases that have different meanings, we call them idioms. If you're unique, you're marching to a different drum. If you grow a garden, well, you got a green thumb. If you don't know the meaning, go back and reread. Find text clues to help you proceed, or do some further research if you need. Now, it's the end of our song. I hope you're ready to add some color with an idiom or two. Break a leg and show me what you can do. That's our little idiom song. And like I said, you can sing that to the song Deathbed and look up a karaoke track because it kind of is that same tune over and over again. I just thought it was a fun tune. But in those lyrics, we have some examples of idioms to keep them in our brain. We have the tip that sometimes to go back and reread if you encounter an idiom when you're reading to try to figure out what it means, but that sometimes you just have to do some further research and look it up. And at the end, why do we use idioms? To add a little color to our writing, to make it exciting and beautiful. So lastly, one more extension activity that you could do, which I find really interesting. So a lot of these idioms, we don't even know some of them where they came from because they've been passed down for so long. But it's fun to try to look up and learn where these came from, what the origin is. So another activity you could do is research some idiom origins. So look up an idiom, do some research, and see why it has that meaning. I think I was looking up spill the beans, and it was talking about like in ancient Greece, a way of voting where you put colored beans in a bowl or something, and so if they spilled, it would literally spill the beans. It would let the secret out of who won the vote. So have some fun doing research. I hope you've learned something about idioms. This was so much fun. I'm sorry again for coming in late, and thank you for your patience. I really would love to see you dressing up as idioms, taking pictures. If you do, tag me, share on Instagram at @GetYourTeachOn, @TeachingOnTables. Have fun at home, whip out the costumes. And again, you can always check out the next book, Even More Parts, or the first book, Parts, by Ted Arnold. All right. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a lovely rest of your Wednesday. Bye.